Did you know Napoleon wasn't actually short? Vikings never wore horned helmets, and George Washington's teeth weren't wooden? Some of the facts we've been told in school are total lies. Let's uncover the 10 dumbest historical myths people still believe. Number 9 is totally unbelievable. Take Napoleon. The picture painted is of a tiny man compensating for his height with power and war. But the truth? He was around 5'6", perfectly average for his time. The idea of him being short wasn't fact. It was propaganda, a weapon used by the British to shrink him in the eyes of the world. Now, picture a Viking charging into battle. You see horns on his helmet, right? But here's the twist. Real Vikings never wore them. That image was born centuries later from an opera costume designer trying to make warriors look more dramatic on stage. And yet, it stuck. Then there's George Washington. We imagine the first president smiling with wooden teeth. But think about it. Would wood really survive in someone's mouth? His dentures were actually made of ivory, bits of metal, and even other people's teeth. Painful, yes. Wooden, no. And what about the Middle Ages? We're told people thought the earth was flat, terrified they'd fall off the edge. But sailors and scholars already knew the world was round. Columbus didn't prove that. It was common knowledge long before his ships set sail.
Then there's the Great Wall of China. Maybe you've heard it's the only man-made structure visible from space. Sounds epic, right? Except astronauts up there can't see it. The wall is too narrow and blends perfectly into the landscape. Albert Einstein failing math? That's a story we like because it makes genius feel human. But it's a lie. By the age of 12, Einstein was excelling in math, working on problems far beyond his years. The myth came from a bad translation, not from his grades. Marie Antoinette's cold words, "Let them eat cake," they echo through history as a sign of her arrogance, but she never said it. That line was written years before her, and someone later pinned it on her like a cruel joke. And the Salem witch trials. The image we carry is of women tied to stakes, flames rising into the night. But in Salem, not a single witch was burned. Most were hanged, and one man was crushed to death under stones. The real story is far darker than the myth. Even castles, which we picture as places of grandeur, you might think their toilets were a mark of wealth. But the truth? Many were nothing more than holes in the wall, dropping waste straight into the moat. Royalty sitting in luxury? Not quite.
See how easy it is for myths to sneak into our history books? They spread, repeat, and suddenly everyone knows them, even though they're not true. So the next time someone drops the fun fact, you might want to double check it. Want me to dig deeper into more historical lies people still believe? Comment uncover.